is Aubrey Galshan. This is my tutorial on Tinkercad. Tinkercad is a child of the Autodesk family. Autodesk has created AutoCAD, Proe, Inventor, SolidWorks, all that fun stuff. If you've heard of them, they had a hand in this. I chose Tinkercad because I thought it was a very helpful thing because we had a makerspace come to our library last year and we have 3D printers. And there's a movement with 3D printers that are becoming very popular, so I think it's important to know some 3D modeling. I think it'll be helpful and beneficial even if you're not an engineer. 3D modeling in this is really cool because you don't need any engineering experience required. They make it simple and easy. They have built-in projects that are hands-on step-by-step that were quite enjoyable, that I had fun with, and I worked with 2 college students as well, and they really seemed to enjoy them as well, and they didn't have an engineering background. I do, but I still found it really easy to pick up on and learn, and they seem to as well, and the stuff they've created over the past year, I've been quite impressed. And I think you guys might find it fun too. This one we're just going to build a basic house because I just want you to get used to moving your mouse, the workspace, using the different tools, and then I want you to just play around with it. And as you can see, some of the stuff is examples that people have built in Tinkercad. This is just how it works, just showing you a little GIF. It's pretty fast. This is pretty fast compared to some of the tutorials, so don't let this intimidate you. They go really slow. It's free. That's what's cool about it. So you don't have to pay anything to use this, and no design experience required. And again, these are just some examples that people have used that they don't have engineering experience. They just use the basic shapes, were creative, and this is their gallery. And you can share it, and you can look at more later if you want. Then if you scroll down a bit here, I want you to watch this tutorial. Before you complete this tutorial, please watch this first. I have it in the step-by-step guide and my lesson plan. This, they just do a really good job of showing you the workspace and just doing a basic little project. So I suggest please watch this one. You'll really enjoy it, and it kind of amps you up for this program. Okay? So go ahead, sign up. It'll ask you a few screens. I have a step-by-step guide that takes you through it. I'm just going to sign in since I already have an account, and your screens are going to look very similar to mine. And then I'm going to log in here. Also, browser-wise, please use Chrome, because I have a Mac and I usually use Safari, and I had some problems signing in. For some reason, it does not like Safari, so word of the wise, use a different Internet Explorer kind of thing. All right? So I'm on Chrome right now, and this seems to be working fine. So this is your portfolio. Pretty easy, looks like any social media thing, and it stores your files here. This is the one I worked with those library kids on. We designed a keychain for our student research colloquium, so that's what that is. This was me with a math project we were doing with a math instructor, and then this is what we're going to build. We're just going to build a basic little tiny house here, but I just want to show you a few things first. Over here on the left-hand side, you see all designs. That's where all your designs are. If you click lessons, I want you to complete these first before doing this tutorial, just because they're fun. I want you to see them so that you can probably see that your middle school, elementary school, even some high school might like these. And it kind of makes it less intimidating if you go by these. Over here is the first one, my first lesson, and when you're done, you'll have a little done thing come up, a little badge. Again, it gets you comfortable moving around the workspace, and it's just less intimidating when you do these. And then these are more advanced projects you can do if you want. I did the dice, it was pretty fun. So feel free to do those as well. I would like you to do those after this tutorial or before, however you want to do it. And we're just going to click back to all designs again. So here we're going to just dive right into it. You can go and do 2 different things. You can create new design here, or you can go to create project. Create project, it just lets you name your project. So I'm going to just name this Tinker House. Tinker House. And I'm just going to leave this blank. You could put tutorial or your name or something in there, whatever you want to do. And we're going to hit Save Changes. And hit Create New Design, and it'll take you to your workspace. As you can see, if you're familiar with AutoCAD or even seen a screenshot, this is very similar. This is the working plane. I'll probably call it a plane a lot during this tutorial, so keep that in mind. Alright, so let's get started. Here's your workspace. This is the adjust tool. I'll show you that in the tutorial. There's a mirror and a line. We'll be using a line quite a bit. Here's your shapes. Here's your hole tool and your plane. This is numbers and letters that are already pre-made in here, so you don't have to do this yourself. And here's really cool. I just want to show you guys real quick. This is community. You can share your shapes with the Tinkercad community, so you can add these to your projects if you would like. Okay, so we're just going to go back to the geometry. We're going to be sticking with a box quite a bit in this tutorial because pretty much this house is a box. So keep that in mind, okay? So first we're going to click it, and we're going to drag this lovely little box here. Now, another good thing too, if you're a Mac user, I'm a Mac user, and I found out that the touch mouse that you get with your Mac does not do well with this program, so get yourself a clicker mouse that has a right and left clicker. PCs, you'll be fine. Because when you use the right hand here, this is moving your plane. When you use the left, it's the selection, so keep that in mind, okay? And then your wheel is the scroll, so it's just easier on a clicker mouse, okay? So we're going to scroll. This is our box. Pretty easy. We dragged it. You can see through it. These little white things and these black squares, these are called vertices, okay? We'll be using those for scaling quite a bit. So if I say vertices, I just want you to understand that, okay? And here's our little cone, which is just for moving. And we're just going to get right on started here. So I'm going to scroll so you can see this a little bit better, okay? I see this here. That's your size. We're in the metric system on Tinkercad. It's just how it was. It was created outside the United States, so we got to deal with metric. All right. So this vertex I selected here is going to make my house taller because this is going to be our basic house here. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger, and when you hit the shift key as you scroll, it scales. See how it's all constrained? So it just grew our house. I like to keep things to the grids just because I have that engineering background, so it's just ingrained into me. So you can see that there. Pretty easy peasy right now. So let's add a garage. Again, drag that box on over, and let's bring it here. I'm going to just intersect it a little bit because we're grouping this together. But see how my boxes aren't matched up? We're going to select both. Go to Adjust, Align, and you'll see all these other little vertices. We're going to click the one, we want the two backs to align, so we're going to follow that, click it. See? It aligned it. They're perfectly aligned now on the plane. So that's kind of cool. So now you're probably like, okay, what is this going to be? This is going to be our garage, so we're just going to scale it out a little bit bigger because I want a 2-car garage. I don't know about you guys. And we're going to group it together. Just because this is the base of our house and I like to keep it together. Okay, let's build a roof. See, we have our roof already pre-made. How awesome is that? So let's bring it over. I'm going to scroll it here so I can just kind of see the width of my house. Again, use your vertices to scroll it. And let's make it a little bigger here because we want it to overhang. Now you're like, Aubrey, this is on the work plane. How can I get it on the cube? So we're going to hit the cone here. Look at that. Abracadabra. We're moving to the top. So you can see I just need to move it a little bit more. If you know this length of or the height, I should say, in this situation of your block, bring it up to that height. Okay? And then we're just going to move it back here. I hold down the shift key so it stays in alignment here. And you can see it's still hovering over my house. That's easy. Hit your cone, bring her down. And again, you can probably do the align here. Nope, it's not going to let me. Sometimes it doesn't let you. I'm still figuring that out, so we're just going to bring it down because I'm going to have it sit in the house a little bit anyway. Sit down in there. There we go. And let's make a bit of an overhang, because that just kind of looks whatever at this point. It just doesn't look right. So let's just take our little roof, bring it out, and let's make it a little bit wider too. See? Now that looks better. Now it's looking like a roof. And we're going to bring it out here a little bit. I'm going to bring that back. You don't have to bring it as back, but the roof. So it's green. It doesn't look like a roof. So if you're like me, I like my colors to be what they are. So there's your house. So let's add a roof to your garage. But I'm going to make this peak. See this vertice here? You can make your peak of your house more extreme, or you can lessen it. So I'm going to bring it back to here. Now I can copy and paste this roof or drag in another one. So do Control C, Control V. Or if you're on a Mac, it's Apple C, Apple V, same thing. And we're going to bring this down. And then we're going to bring it over. So we're going to hold our Shift key and move it along here. All right. Oop. Sorry about that. It is just not cooperating with me right there. All right. So we're going to bring this out a little bit here. And then bring this back. And I want it to overhang again just a little bit. But it looks a little funky because this roof is it's not made for this garage. So we're going to just tweak this roof here just a little bit. There we go. I'm going to take this peak down because roof peaks usually aren't as high as your house peaks. Let's bring it down. And there you go. See? So this is the basis of our house. Now, how are we going to put a car in this garage without a garage door? So, we have our cube. We're going to bring it down a little bit and we're going to bring it up to our garage. So I'm intersecting it a bit. And here you see these little dotted lines. You can see how far you're cutting in to your garage. So I'm just going to widen that a little bit. That looks good, right? So see how we changed our color? Well, now we can make it a hole from here, or you can click this tool. But since this is right here, let's just do it. See how it changed? I'm going to do back color, hole. See? We cut a hole into my garage. So that's pretty neat. Okay, I would like to add just a few more things to this house. So again, I know you're tired of the cube. So let's do a cube, bring it down. Let's make it a little bit smaller here, and let's change the color. Let's make blue. Okay, bring it in, bring it over to your house. And we have a door. Look how awesome. See, it's looking like a house now, right? So let's bring the cube again. Let's make it any size you want here. We're going to make windows. And again, we're going to bring it over to the house. Just a little. We're going to lift it up. And let's move it in a little bit. And now you can see these are too big. So I'm going to have to either make one big window if I want, or I can make them smaller. So I'm going to make these smaller. Hole. And I'm going to make these a hole. See, windows cut out. So this one I'm going to do a copy and paste so I don't have to draw it out again. So it's the exact same as my other window. And again, I cut the tools. Okay, look at that. That's awesome. So we have our house created. If you want to get a little creative like I do, I like to have a base. Let's make it nice and big here. Change it to green. Bring it on down. And I want it to go below your workspace. This is above. See how it changed? This is below. So we're going to make it thin. And that's your lawn of your house. So you have a little base. So if we do print these 3D, you have a base. Okay? So this is the end of the house building, but I want you to add a few extra things. Add your own flair and creativity. You have these awesome little tools here to use. So you can take this hexagon, maybe cut some holes, add a roof, make a gazebo. Take another cube, make a chimney. Use these little cones, make some Christmas trees. you want to get really fancy, take a cylinder underneath and make this a little bit smaller. Again, holding the shift will constrain it a bit. And make a stump for that tree just to add a little bit extra in there. Make that a little smaller. You can make some bushes. We have these good little tablets. Even look through some of these. You can make Christmas trees with this if you wanted. There's some of these pre-made that the community used. Feel free to use these too. I mean, they're here to be used. Put a big arrowhead in here. Just be creative. You can do a driveway. I just want you to use these shapes to make something cooler with your house, okay? You can add like a smaller house if you want to build another house, make the garage bigger or smaller, your house bigger or smaller. You can even do some cylinders here if you want to make like the awning bigger. And you can do like pillars. That'd be cool. Make a porch, make a deck, make a patio. The world is your oyster, okay? Once you're done, go to design, press save. I'm saving, go back to Tinkercad here, and you can see your design was saved. It's saving here. So I just want you to goof around, take a minute, and go to it. If you want to take a break and think about it, you can always go back to your project. You can click on it. You can see a preview of it, and you're like, oh, I don't like it. Oh, I cut too far into that grass. Press tinker this. Takes you back to your project. You can edit it from there. So, have fun. I hope you guys can use this in your classroom, or you'll have some fun with it, or you know someone who might like it. And I just want you to have fun with it. I have fun with it. I've been having fun. Just the world is your oyster, so happy tinkering, guys, all right?